And hello everybody, nice to see you and welcome to the live lesson today. It's a very exciting lesson. We're going to be looking at the topic of geography. Lots of vocabulary, we've got some games, some jokes, interesting language. We're going to find out more in just a minute. But first of all, let's start with a little bit of this. So welcome, the Keith Speaking Academy. That's the name of my website. On YouTube, it's English Speaking Success. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm really looking forward to today's lesson. We're going to be doing this topic, not coughing, geography. Okay, we're going to be looking at the topic of geography. There's a lot to talk about, right? I mean, geography is an interesting topic. It's something you maybe think about when you're at school, like a school subject, like history, economics, maths, geography, but it's also very, very relevant to our everyday lives. So we're going to be looking today at this topic. If you're new here, welcome. The live lesson typically lasts about an hour and a half, almost like a full-length film. Do try and stay with me. If you need to go for a cup of tea or coffee or go to the toilet, of course, that's fine. But I'll be here for a while. In a moment, I'll explain what we're going to do today, the activities in the lesson, and how you can participate. And also, how to turn off my phone. I'm getting so much spam. Seriously, so many spam calls. People trying to get me to change my contracts for telephones, gas and electricity. Enough of that. So first of all, I should say hello. How are you guys? Are you well? Okay, good, great. Are you ready? Maybe. Who's here? Let's have a quick look. I can click on a few friendly faces and names. Anarita, hello. Iwana, good morning, all the way from Poland. Nice to see you. Shall we make these a little bit bigger? They're a tad small. A tad. I think that's a Scottish word. A tad. A little small. First time joining from Poland. Great. Lovely to see you here. Abazar, thank you so much. I'm having a lovely day. Thank you. Sia is here as well. We are ready. Good. Glad that you're ready. Raushan as well. And H47. Any Taiwan students? I imagine there probably are one or two. Arthilio, thank you so much. Great topic. I hope it's going to be interesting today. I hope so. Julia from Myanmar, nice to see you again. One of our regulars here. Lovely to see you. Dasha, you will be happy to know we will have a game of Kahoot today for sure. Yes. Fatima, all the way from Syria. Lovely to see you. Thanks for joining us. Bobafon from the French Basque Country. I'm quite close to the French Basque Country. I'm quite close to the Spanish Basque Country, actually. Salam alaikum, Mohammed No Adra. Lovely to see you. Great as well here. And more from Poland. That's interesting. A lot of Polish faces. Kristin, you here. Lovely. You're not new. It's a new live lesson. I know you've been here before, of course. You're one of our course members. Hamad Abdul's great, lovely to see you here. What a nice avatar. I love that picture. Very nice. So listen, welcome to all of you. Let me just explain then what we're going to do so you know the agenda, if you like. Okay, come over here, Keith, this side. So if you're ready to learn, we're going to talk about geography. I'm focusing on the English language, right? Not geography, the topic. I'm not an expert, but we're focusing on the English you need to talk about it. So there's a strong focus on vocabulary today, right? That said, we are going to look at two kinds of geography. I feel like an ASMR. Hello. Physical geography, right, is one aspect we'll be looking at today, which is a bit like in this picture, is physically the land, the mountains, the snow, the soil, all of that. But also, we'll be looking at human geography, which is more about culture, language, politics, religion, and how they are connected to the world. We're going to be playing listening bingo, which is a great activity. I hope you enjoy it. I've got a few more games and a few jokes today. I think jokes are a lovely way to understand English and learn English. So I'll throw in a few today. And then, of course, how could I not? Kahoot is the final game where we'll be reviewing things that we have been learning in today's lesson. Okay, great. So that is the agenda, if you like. In teaching, we call it the lesson plan. The lesson plans need to be very, very flexible, right? Of course they do. They sometimes work, they sometimes don't. So I'd just like to share with you a couple of comments, actually, that I got recently. Comments on social media, which were very, very nice. And I want to say thank you to Shahana Nazrin Dali, who said, thank you, Keith. You are my inspiration and turning point of the journey of my English learning from ground level. I find a consistent way of learning from your content and build up confidence of speaking like native English speakers. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that with me. It is my goal, if you like, in life to help students become confident speakers of English. And that change in mindset, right? That the English is not difficult, boring, something I don't want to do. It's something I want to do and I enjoy doing. So it's great to get that feedback. Thank you so much for sharing that. And also from one of the students on the Gold course, you may or may not know, I have some online courses. The popular one is the Gold course, and Puspa Chapagain said that she just got her IELTS result today. This is in February. Got an overall band 7 with a 7 in speaking. Grateful for Teacher Keith and all the members here. So lots of students are, reaching their goals through the Gold course. Very, very happy to hear that. If you're not familiar with it, you can go and check out the website, right? It is the Keith Speaking Academy, which is over here. I'll just show you very briefly. If you go to www.keithspeakingacademy.com, you'll find it. And up here, you'll be able to, if you haven't, you can download my ebook for free. Just give the email here. And I'll also send you more resources to help you. But that'll help you avoid common mistakes in IELTS speaking. There's lots of free material, right? You can download the PDFs from the live lessons like today. This was last month, pollution. So we have this live lesson the first Thursday of every month, right? But you can get access to all of the past live lessons here, different topics, education, habits, health and fitness. They're all there on the website. So you can go and check it out, right? The website's there, Keith Speaking Academy. I'm also on Facebook. You can find me out there. Touch base and see if there's anything that can help you on your English learning journey, or maybe your IELTS preparation journey. Okay, great. We've got Sports Hub. Again, I got 18 IELTS due to your YouTube videos. Fantastic. Great. Good. Hello from Japan. Great. From Japan. And we've got Ashver Chowdhury all the way from Bangladesh. Thank you to see you here. Kathleen, you said there was an error on the website. Try a different browser. That might help you with that. Anna says, I'm delighted to be here. Positive. Positive, yes. Intelligent, I'm not sure about that, but positive, yes. Najinin from Bangladesh. Lovely. Thanks. Great to see you here. Okay, good. So listen, let's get started, right? We've said at the beginning that we're going to look at getting ready to learn geography. I think because it's a geography topic, what I would like to do is actually start with a map of the world, right? I'm interested to know the following. I would like to know, let me just change my screen again. Where on earth are you? I mean, not like you're late, but where in the world are you? Where on earth are you? Yes, I'd like to find out where you are. So I'm going to put this up. I'm going to use something called Stream Alive. It's a really, really interesting piece of software. But basically, if you put in the chat box where you are, or not in the chat box, you can do it directly here. Let me show you. We'd be lost without this map. Click on the play button below. Okay, let's do it. And great, I'd like you to let me know where you are, and your answer will automatically be put up here on the map. And this will be interesting for our geography, right? Not only to learn where different people are, but to learn the geography of the world. Where are the different countries and continents? But I am very curious where my students are today. We've got quite a few up here. So I can zone in on a little bit. Around Ukraine. We've got quite a few over here in Italy. Quite a few over in Iran. Great, fantastic. Uzbekistan, Pakistan, India as well over here. I think we've got some in Bangladesh. Down over here, Cameroon, maybe Senegal. Over in Asia, we've got quite a few over here in Malaysia. 12, I think, from Vietnam. Korea over here. We've got somebody in Australia, KA days. Somebody over here in Sri Lanka. Lovely. Over in Ethiopia, just one person, fantastic. And over in Morocco, Rabat. I've got a few over on the west coast, sorry, the east coast, the west coast, excuse me. The east coast we just have. Canny, great, lovely. So people all over the world, very, very interesting. I'll leave that up for the moment, and then I'm going to come back to that to find out where in the world, where on earth are you all, okay? Where on earth are you? Great. So let's kick in straight in. IELTS speaking, vocabulary, geography. As a test, right, first of all, I would like you to fill in the gap with one word, okay? Fill in the gap with one word. You can put it in the chat, just write the number and then the word you think it could be. There are different possibilities. Number one is physical geography is the study of landforms, such as. Number two, a cartographer. A cartographer is a person who makes what? So put your answers in the chat and we'll do it. Great. Dun, dun, dun. I'll give you a minute. Put on some nice music. Hello, Vladimir. Nice, Juan. Spot on, Zaba. Excellent, good lesson. Listen, very, very good. Lots of great answers there. You've got the idea. So we've got physical geography, study of landforms. So landforms are different kinds of land formations. So, for example, the most common that you were saying, mountains, right? Mountains, rivers was another one that came up a lot. Could be lakes if we're talking about bodies of water. Others were, we had, what else? Hills, similar to mountains, right? A hill is a small mountain, if you like. In the valleys, oh yes, don't know why I put on a Welsh accent when I say valley. Mountains, rivers, lakes, hills, valley. Maps, no. Maps for number 1, no. Location, no. Population and weather, no. You see, population is not physical geography, because population is about people. So that one, no, that can't be. It's not about people, it's about the land. Okay. Weather as well. Weather is not really is not a landform. So weather is part of physical geography, but it's not a landform. So a landform, it's something connected to the land, basically. Exactly. Mountains, hills, all of that. Excellent. Somebody's got caves. Why not caves? It could be. Plateau is another one. Yeah, there's a lot of different landforms, and we're going to be having an island could be a landform as well. Okay, a cartographer, a person who makes maps. Exactly. So it's not, yes, it is. It's a person who makes maps, as simple as that. There's no two ways around it. Okay, great. Anything else? Valleys, maps, ocean. Is ocean a landform? I think mountains, lakes, and rivers can be, because they're connected to the land. An ocean, I don't think, is really connected to the landform. But I'm not an expert, so we'll have to wait and see. Volcanoes, yeah, you could have a volcano. Absolutely, volcano is a good one. Nice. Okay, so lots of different possible answers there. And maps for number 2. Excellent. Good. Now then, when talking about specialized subjects, you'll have noticed I do this, right? Specialized subjects, think school subject or professional field like art, history, geography, economics. Here are 2 very, very useful phrases, especially if you're doing an IELTS interview, right? I don't know a lot about geography. I know the English, but I don't know the subject. I'm by no means an expert, but I think, right? Now, you could say quite easily, right? Maybe the simplest thing to do is to say, I'm not an expert. Whoops. I'm not an expert, but I think And that is probably the simplest way to do it, right? I'm not an expert, but I'm not an expert, but I guess some other ways of saying it, not more naturally, maybe more sophisticated. I'm by no means an expert, but I think. By no means not at all. I'm not an expert at all. I'm by no means an expert, but I think physical geography is very important for children to learn, so they know where different countries are. Or I'm far from being an expert. Expert's over there. I'm over here. I'm far from being an expert in this field. In this field. Notice the preposition, right? In this field. But I think human geography is maybe more important than physical geography, because we are a key part of the world. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so useful little phrases that you can use to show off your English, but also just make it clear, you're speaking as a layman, right? In layman's terms, speaking as a general person, rather than an academic professional. Okay, that's just to begin. So let's move on. I'm also curious now, right? Because everyone has a different feeling about geography. So I'm talking about your feeling, right? Not just your knowledge, but your feeling about geography. When I say geography, which words come to your mind? Which words come to your mind? I'm going to, again, put your answer in the chat, and we're going to put this into the next thing. Which words come to mind? When I say geography, which words come to mind? For example, Agnes says geology. Okay. Tan says environment. Okay. Let's have a look. Let's make a little bubble. This is Stream Alive. Thank you guys so much. This software is great. A lot of people say map. A lot of people say countries. Look, oceans is coming up a lot. Planet, interesting. Weather. Weather is important. You're absolutely right. Earth is up there. Very, very big. Travel, that's interesting. Travel and geography, I totally agree. Go together. Expression, what else have we got? School, yep, school, yep, because we learn it at school. Land is coming up a lot. Location. Cultures, I just saw flash up. Cultures is interesting because cultures definitely is a part of geography. It's interesting that map is the number one, right? Map is the big one. Oh, I think Earth has just taken over. Earth is even bigger. Interesting. It's interesting. I'm gonna keep that going, and we can come back to that in a few moments and see if it's changed. But interesting, the ideas that people have about geography: school, land, Earth, countries, maps. It's a big one, right? I guess because we often think about studying maps, cartography, right? Okay, we're going to watch somebody else now. I'm going to introduce you to my friend Stan. Stan is a friend of mine who is going to tell us about his feelings about geography. In particular, a geography teacher he had at school. It's going to be interesting because we can find out what he thought about that particular person. Again, it's about knowledge and feelings. So let's have a look together. I'll just bring you across. We're going to watch Stan talking about what he thinks about geography and his geography teacher. The question for you, well, just let me bring that down. The question is, did he like his geography teacher? Okay. Did he like his geography teacher? That's the question. Are you ready? Hope you're ready. Let's do it. Let's watch Stan. Just give me a quick thumbs up if you're ready. Then I can see that you're ready to go. Okay, got you. Excellent. So the question is, did he like his geography teacher? Let's find out and listen to Stan. Yo, check it out. Yeah, geography. Well, let me tell you about my old geography teacher. Yeah, Mr. Boar. Seriously, yeah, B-O-A-R. But how ironic, because he was a bore. I mean, what a disaster. Look, I get it, yeah? Physical geography can be complicated, but he made it so boring. He would put up a map, right, on the wall, but instead of actually teaching us to map out continents or understand different landforms, he just read out these meaningless sentences and get us to repeat aloud. Topography, blah, blah, blah. Archipelago, blah, blah, blah. Meaningless drivel, blah, blah, blah. Oh, man. And he loved to show us these outdated graphs, line charts, bar charts, you name it. But ask him to connect climate to human activity and the environment? Wow, forget it. And the worst was when we were supposed to learn about human geography. You know, human geography. Instead, he just teaches us to memorise capital cities, flags, as if that is all geography is. Nah. I mean, come on. I know now geography is much more than that, right? It's about understanding our world, how people live, and the forces shaping our earth. But with him, Mr. Ball, tell you what, I learned more from hiking in the mountains on a Saturday than in his class. Thank you, Mr. Ball. Oh, great, Stan. Somebody wrote, I thought it was really going to be his friend. It is my friend. Stan is my alter ego. Excellent. So that was Stan. We're going to come back to that later. But did he like his teacher? Did he like his geography teacher? A lot of you are saying no, doesn't like his teacher. No, he didn't. My mum is a geography teacher. Good. I'm sure she's much, much better than Stan's teacher, Mr. Bohr. Adele says no, right? Exactly. So the answer there is clearly no. Did he like his teacher? No. He was boring, right? A very boring teacher. He didn't like him at all. Okay, I'm going to have a look now at some of the vocabulary around geography. Now, we've put out a few words there. So at the beginning, just then, we looked at, this was what came up on the map. We looked at geography, environment, earth, global, maps, nature, landscape, lots of words. Let's dig in a bit deeper and find out, okay? Geography. So what is geography, first of all, right? Geography is the study of places and the relationships between people and their environments. So it is not just places, but it's people and the environment. That definition comes from National Geographic. And if you don't know National Geographic, please do go and check it out. It is an amazing website, right? I'll ask Burns, who works with me, just to put that in the chat so people can see it. You can go and look later, but if you do want to go and have a look, right, what is geography? There's a lovely article here that'll give you more information about geography, physical geography, human geography. You can read more all about it. Oh, the page was snapped by the mandrill. Maybe you can't read about it, but they have a lot of interesting stuff on the whole website, right? You can explore the topic. There's mapping, featured mapping. I had a look the other day. Go and explore it. It's worth looking at, A, for the language, but B, for the knowledge. And it's a really nice website. Pronunciation, right? Geography. In British English, we say geography. Now, there's a E and a O, so it's geography. A lot of people, British people, don't pronounce the E. They just go geography, geography. It's fine. You can say geography or geography. With American pronunciation, it's more geography, geography, geography. It's a R, geography. Geo comes from the word earth, right? Basically, it means connected to the earth. Geopolitics is politics around the world. So anything connected to the earth, we say geo. Graphic, coming from the Greek word to write. So when you're writing something. So writing about the earth or describing the earth, geography. You get geography, right? Describing the earth. A lot of English words come from either Latin or Greek origins, and you can often work out the meaning by breaking down the word, right? Anything with geo related to the earth. Any kind of graphy or graph related to writing. Okay. Geography. Geography. Geographer. Geographer, right, is an expert in geography. I'm not an expert. I am by no means an expert. But I guess somebody said that their mother was a geography teacher, then they're probably a geographer, right? They're an expert in the field. We've got the adjective geographic. Notice the stress changes from geographer, to geographic. Very often in these Latin-based words or Greek-based words, when we change the word form to an adjective or a verb or a noun, the stress, the syllable stress changes. Say with me, geographic. Geography. Geographer. Geographic. Often we say geographic features, talking about the geographic features of a country. Geographic region, we can say, geographic area, geographic location. These are very typical collocations, okay? Great, good. Apparently, I say apparently because I am by no means an expert, but apparently there are two main types of geography. There's physical geography, which looks at landforms, seasons, climate, atmosphere, all the physical stuff, right? And then there's human geography, which is all about the network of people and cultures on the earth and how they interact with their environment, yeah? Human geography. So remember that original definition, right? Geography is the study of places and their relationships between people and their environments. So you've got physical and human geography. Now, if you're in IELTS speaking, you probably don't need to talk about human geography or physical geography. But it's useful to know, right, that we have these two branches of the field. And when you're looking at different aspects, it's a wider view of geography, which I think is interesting. Okay. Physical geography. So let's have a look first of all then at physical geography, right? I want to look at that specifically. Just coming back. Can I do that? Come back over here. Come back over here. Switch again. Okay, geography. Where we are in our lesson. So we've been looking so far at the topic of geography. We've looked a little bit at vocabulary. I'm going to go now and look at physical geography in particular, right? And focus on that particular area. So, do you remember Stan at the start? Stan is going to give us some really interesting, language, especially about physical geography. I want you to watch Stan again. We'll analyze the vocabulary, but first, how many times does he say geography? How many times does he say geography? Let's watch Stan again. There are subtitles to help you. And in the chat at the end, just tell me how many times does he say geography? Okay, let's do it. Let's watch again. Are you ready? I need to check. Are you ready? Yes. Okay. I'm just checking your messages. Hamed, you say, in Persian we say geografia. Canwell, landscape and landmarks. Landmarks are physical things that indicate a location or a place. So a landmark, it's a kind of a famous or a popular place, like the Statue of Liberty is a landmark. 101 Tower in Taipei is a landmark. The landscape is just the lay of the land. So the landscape is the mountains, the rivers, things like that. Right, how many times does he say geography? Let's do it. Let's bring in Stan one more time. Here we go. Yo, check it out. Yeah, geography. Well, let me tell you about my old geography teacher. Yeah, Mr. Boar. Seriously, yeah, B-O-A-R. But how ironic, because he was a bore. I mean, what a disaster. Look, I get it, yeah? Physical geography can be complicated, but he made it so boring. He would put up a map, right, on the wall, but instead of actually teaching us to map out continents or understand different landforms, he just read out these meaningless sentences and get us to repeat aloud. Topography, blah, blah, blah. Archipelago, blah, blah, blah. Meaningless drivel, blah, blah, blah. Oh, man. And he loved to show us these outdated graphs, line charts, bar charts, you name it. But ask him to connect climate to human activity and the environment? Wow, forget it. And the worst was when we were supposed to learn about human geography. Human geography. Instead, he just teaches us to memorise capital cities, flags, as if that is all geography is. Nah. I mean, come on. I know now geography is much more than that, right? It's about understanding our world, how people live, and the forces shaping our earth. But with him, Mr. Ball, tell you what, I learned more from hiking in the mountains on a Saturday than in his class. Thank you, Mr. Ball. Poor Mr. Ball. Or should I say, poor Mr. Ball's students. So, let's see, guys, how many times does he say geography? Let's see. Tomoko, hello from Japan. Daniela, nice to see you here. Moe, Norhan, gosh, some of the regulars, lovely to see you here. Raman or Dora. Tao says 6. 9? Adriatic 9, really? Okay, Ender says 8. Interesting. 5. 6 says Rupa. Norsat says 7. Min says 7. The vast majority, Najnin says 7. Yeah, the vast majority say 7. You can go back and listen because this recording is recorded and stays on YouTube. You can always come back. But the answer was 7, right? Absolutely 7. You can come back and check it later. Let's have a look at some language points then. Some of the things that come up around language points. He talked about maps. Okay, we know what a map is, right? A map is, I mean, it's interesting. Nowadays, of course, in the past, maps were on paper. You would have a paper map and a compass that goes and shows you north, and then you would use that on the paper. Nowadays, of course, we still have maps. Of course we do. But we have GPS, right? We have a different kind of map. We have this kind of map. That's my home. Maps of the world. Look, that's where I am, up in the north of Spain. Can you see that? Europe, but in the north of Spain. So we have maps. Cartographers, thank you very much for all of your maps. To map, though, it's interesting, right? Because a map is a noun, but you may not know there's a verb to map. To map something, basically, obviously, meaning to draw a map. You can also say to map out, and which has 2 meanings. It can be idiomatic. To map out can be to draw a map, but it can also be to plan something in detail, to map out. So that's more, let's say, idiomatic. Let's imagine we're going on holiday, we're going to visit some different cities, and we see, listen, let's map out what activities we're going to do. It doesn't mean draw a map, it means plan in detail the activities. So we can go, let's map out the activities. We can go shopping one day, go hiking in the mountains the next day, go and visit some museums the next day. Let's map out our holiday, right? It's plan in detail. So this is a more idiomatic use of the word to map out, right? To map out. Okay. Let's have a look, actually. Let me do this with you. Let me come back. I'll see if this works. This should work, theoretically. Let me see. I'm going to try and bring this up. This is what Stan said, right? Stan said, so let me tell you about my old geography teacher, Mr. Bohr. So Bohr, B-O-A-R, is the same pronunciation as Bore, B-O-R-E. Right? Bore and Bohr. And just to explain the difference, so a bore, B-O-R-E, is a boring person, right? Boring meaning not interesting. A bore is this. B-O-A-R is a kind of pig, if you like. It's a big pig. So Mr. Boar was B-O-A-R. But because it's a homophone, same pronunciation, same sound, homophone, same sound, bore and bore, then it's quite funny. And that's why he says it's ironic, right? He says it's ironic. Bore, how ironic, because it's the perfect name for a boring person. He says physical geography can be complicated, but he made it boring. He also said he put up a map. So put up a map on the wall, right? But instead of teaching us how to map out the continents, so here, map out is to draw the map or understand different landforms. We've talked about landforms a bit, right? Mountains, rivers, valleys, plateau. We'll look at some more in a moment. He would just read out meaningless sentences and get us to repeat. Topography. Topography and archipelago. Archipelago is a kind of landform. I'll show you in a minute. Topography is the study of landforms. Meaningless drivel. What's drivel? Drivel is nonsense. We talked about maps, but at the bottom here, not to drivel, as a noun, uncountable, drivel is nonsense. So meaningless drivel, just here, means nonsense. So the teacher is just going blah, 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 blah. And for the student, it's just meaningless drivel, nonsense, right? He then goes on, he loved to show us outdated graphs. Line charts is a line. Bar chart is just a bar. I'll show you in a moment. But ask him to connect climate to human activity, forget it. And then human geography, he talks about as well. Memorizing capital cities and flags. So capital cities is human geography, all right? It's about people deciding which is the capital, like politics. The flag is a human thing. We create the flags. It's not part of nature. So that's human geography. Finally, he says, geography is so much more than that, right? Understanding our world, how people live, and the forces shaping our earth. The forces shaping our earth. So a shape is like this, right? It's a form, maybe a square, triangle, circle. The verb to shape is to influence the form of something. So if you shape your future, then you're influencing or changing your future, right? Your education can shape your future. Education can influence your future. Human activity can shape the earth. Doesn't mean we make the earth square, no. But we can influence the earth, the environment, the climate. Oh my God, look at climate change today. We are influencing the shape of the earth, right? We are shaping the earth, let's say. Forces are shaping the earth. I learned more from hiking on the mountains on Saturday than in his class. Well, yes. Thank you, Mr. Bohr. Very, very, very interesting, I was going to say. Stan is interesting, maybe more interesting than his geography teacher. Let's come back just to look up here. Some more words that have come up here. Cartography. So we mentioned earlier, right, the science and practice of drawing maps. Cartographer is the person. Cartography is the science or the study, practice of drawing maps. Topography is the physical appearance of natural features of land. So the topography, if you talk about the topography of the land, it's whether it's mountainous or flat. Okay. So notice you've got the word a mountain, but you've got the adjective mountainous. Mountain and mountainous. So the topography, describes the physical appearance of the land. Is it mountainous? Is it flat? Is it a valley? Is it ever changing? Topography. when it comes to landforms, right, here are some common landforms. Peninsula, island, mountain range, archipelago, coastline. Peninsula is almost an island, but it's connected to the land. Almost an island. The best thing to do is let me show you up here, right? Peninsulas. If I show you some pictures, I'm going to bring up over here. Oh, the sun is coming in. It's so warm. Famous peninsulas. Okay, we've got the Iberian Peninsula. Well, that's Spain, actually. So Spain is a peninsula. We've got Italy. Italy is a peninsula as well. Images might help us here. So you can see, like here, right? Saudi Arabia is considered also to be a peninsula. It's almost an island, but it's connected. Here we've got next to Mexico. This is another peninsula. So it's almost an island, but there's a connection to the land. There are lots of them. Here's a really clear peninsula. So some cartographers say that Italy is a peninsula as well. Look at that, Italy, the boot. So that is your peninsula, right? Monica says Italy is a peninsula. Good, just to confirm. I'm assuming you're from Italy, Monica. That's great, thank you. What else have we got? I'm just going to come in. India is a peninsula. Interesting. I guess it is. Yes. Italy, Arab Peninsula. Nice, lovely. You've put up the map as well. Good. Indonesia. Well, okay. Yes. And let's move on, right? Peninsula, island. Island, right, is so a piece of land surrounded by sea, right? Let's say land surrounded by sea. That's an island. I think that's straightforward. Mountain range, right, is a group of mountains. So notice the word range. For the IELTS students, we often talk about a range of vocabulary. You must need a good range of vocabulary, range of grammar. A mountain range, right, is a group of mountains. That's the mountain range. Archipelago. Archipelago is a group of islands, basically, right? A group of islands. Again, famous archipelagos. Well, let's have a look. Let me have a look in Google, and then we can see together. Famous archipelagos. Well, you can see the kind of thing. So a group of islands like over here. I'm not sure where this one is. Look, you can see another one over here. I think places like Indonesia, Greece. I mean, you guys tell me, where are the most famous archipelagos? We've got Bahrain is a small island. Thank you. Great. Korea is a peninsula. Yes. Azerbaijan is a mountain range. Great. Japan has yes, that's the famous archipelago, right? Japan is an archipelago, I guess. Indonesia, Malaysia, and archipelagos. Japan is a peninsula. Nepal is a mountain range. Excellent. I think when it comes to archipelagos, also the Philippines, right, is another one. Philippines up here, we can see at the top. Philippines, Indonesia. Yeah, all of those. What does it tell us up here? Malaysia. The British Isles. Well, look at that. The British Isles is I've never imagined that to be an archipelago. A group of islands, yes. The Arctic archipelago, Japanese archipelago. That's what I thought. The Antilles in the Caribbean Sea, right? It's also. Layla says, England is an island where you were born. Well, England is not the island, actually. The what would we call that? Britain would be the island, right? Great Britain is the island, and Ireland is an island. It's complicated, isn't it? It all gets political. Egypt, Philippines is an archipelago. Malaysia is an archipelago. Great. Ha Long Bay in Vietnam. That's what I've actually been there, and I think that is an archipelago. Yes, I totally agree. I think it is. It's beautiful. You can go around. You get on these very old-fashioned boats, right? And you can go around all these different islands. The archipelago is absolutely gorgeous. I liked it very, very much. One of my very happy memories in Vietnam. Great. Finally, we've got coastline. So the coastline is the same as the coast, but it emphasizes the line or the shape of the coast, right? So the coastline could be straight, but the coastline may be zigzag, right? Different kind of coastline. So it's the coast, but it's emphasizing the shape, hence line, coastline. So these are common landforms, right? Common landforms. Good. Great. Sao Tome is a peninsula. We've got more coming in. Fantastic. Great. Sri Lanka is an island. It's a tier of India. How poetic. Lofton in Norway. Great. Princesses Archipelago in Turkey. It's fascinating, right? All around the world. So there are landforms you can talk about when talking about geography. Physical geography, of course, we're talking also about, well, countries. Countries is a difficult one because that's, I guess, more political, about your nation. Continents. So how many continents are there? 5 or 7. I mean, this was so confusing, right? I mean, if you go to Google and search how many continents, let's do this together, right? Let me show you how confusing this is. How many? How many continents are there in the world? 7, it says. 7. Huh. You can't see me because I've changed. How many continents are there in the world? 7. Really? Are there 5 or 7 continents? There are 7 continents. Huh. Very interesting. But then what happens is you get these images. And look what happens. 7, 6, 5. And it shows you over here the different kinds. I thought this was absolutely fascinating. If I bring this over, you can see it changing. America, but some people say, look at that. You can even have 4 continents. South America and North America, I think, are 2 different continents. Europe and Asia, different continents, but you could have Eurasia, Afro-Eurasia. Wow. It's interesting, right? So this is why I say I am by no means an expert. We need an expert geographer to decide for us. Are there 7 or 5 continents? And does it matter? They're not going to change, are they? Not very quickly, at least. Okay, excellent, good. The last thing I'm going to look at, just to finish off our vocabulary, is latitude, longitude, latitude and longitude, equator, the equator, and the Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn. I guess the best thing to do here is, let me just bring them up. I can bring up a map, right? This will be easier. Come on. Come on. Oh, come on, seriously? There we go. Right. So latitude is, for example, the Tropic of Cancer is a latitude. The equator is a latitude. So when you're looking at the globe and you're going from left to right or right to left, when you're going across, it's a latitude. When you're going down, it's a longitude. So from the North Pole to the South Pole is a longitude. Let's imagine that's the Earth. Longitude goes down. Because it's long. Imagine something is long going down, longitude. If it goes round, then it's latitude, right? Latitude. I look like a geography teacher. Funny. Longitude going down. The equator is a latitude, right? The equator. So stress on the A, equator. Equator. Nice. And then you've got the two famous tropics of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn. You can remember Cancer's the one in the north because it's shorter. And the longer one, Capricorn, has to go underneath. That's how I remember. It's longer, so it goes underneath. It's tidier. So in the southern hemisphere, you've got the Tropic of Capricorn. I don't know exactly what they mean. It's something to do with the sun hitting the high point. I don't understand what they mean. I'm far from being an expert in this field, but I know they exist because Mr. Bohr told us. I was in the same class as Stan. We were in the same classroom. Weather and climate. Okay, I'm going to leave you with those, that vocabulary around physical geography. Okay. Lovely. Oof. Talking of weather, the sun is pouring into this room and I'm starting to get very, very hot. I'm going to open the window. It'll affect the sound a little bit, but let me open the window. Hopefully, it doesn't affect the sound too much. While we're doing that, I'll tell you what I can do. I can get myself a quick drink. Huh? It's gone. Here it is. Badab sheeby dooby 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 bum bum bum. Nice, lovely. Okay, so we're still there. We're still going. 27 2p. From north to south is latitude, not longitude. Seriously? Have I just told you the complete opposite? Let's double check that, because if I have, I better make sure that you know. Oh, yes. Look at that. I'm telling you the complete opposite. I apologize. Longitude measures distance east or west of the prime meridian. So longitudes are also called meridians. They're imaginary lines that divide the Earth. They run north to south from pole to pole. Hey, no, I was right. They run north to south, but they measure the distance east or west. Wow. Right. No, so they run north to south, but they measure the distance east to west. I think I'm right. They run down. That's when you talk about a longitude, that's it. It measures, so they run down and it measures where you are, right? The country, the position is on that longitude. It measures the distance from the east to west, but they run north to south. No, I'm right. It is a bit confusing. You can go and check in Google if you're not sure. That's what I'm saying. Okay, excellent. Where are we? Let's see. Where are we in our lesson? I'm going to just switch back to this one over here. So we're learning all about geography. We've looked at some vocabulary, right? We've talked about physical geography. Let's go on and talk about human geography. Human geography. Before we do that, I've got a joke, just for a bit of light-hearted entertainment, okay? Here's a joke for you. Why are mountains the funniest place to travel to? Right. Akash, thank you. I was right. Yes, thank you very much. Yes, yes. Astrophil is confused. Guarav says, yeah, I was right. Why are mountains the funniest place to travel to? Why do you think? Let me know in the chat. Superzita123, hello from Algeria. Nice to see you. Any ideas? It's a difficult question. Why are mountains the funniest place to travel to? Because mountains are high. Oh, that's very good, Stella. Very good. It's a different answer, but I like that. Very good. You can take the scenic route. Maybe. Maybe. It's cold. Maybe. Jobanja, congratulations. It's most difficult to reach its top. Maybe. Because we have to go ups and downs. Oh, that's a good answer, Mazia. Very good answer. Because of the air. Not quite. Oh, here's the answer. Hilarious. That's the answer. Well done, Dora or Raman. Because they're hilarious, right? They are hilarious. Get it? Hilarious, hilarious. It's a homophone, same pronunciation. So many jokes in English have this play on words, right? We call it a play on words. It's a play on words that they are homophones, right? Same pronunciation or the same sound, basically. I type too fast. It's a play on words. So hilarious. It's almost the same pronunciation. They're hilarious. Hilarious. Great. Monica says, I prefer the beaches. Hello. Great. Great. People still giving answers. There are lots of really good answers. I love the one about you because you're high. That's really good. Very quickly, here's another one. What's the best thing about Switzerland? This is another geography joke. Another geography joke. Nice. Pastor Charles Ague, I like your answer as well. What's the best thing about Switzerland? Daniela says to be punctual. You can show snow in the summer. Maybe. The sweets. Yeah, but what's funny about it? Are they funny? The climate? Yeah. What's the best thing about Switzerland? The chocolates, nature, beauty, and weather. Yes and no. But the funny thing is, right? Here's the answer. I don't know, but the flag is a big plus. So to be a big plus means to be a bonus. A bonus, right? Or an advantage. To be a bonus or an advantage. The flag is a bonus or an advantage, but the flag, of course, is a big plus, right? It's a plus. It's a play on words. So a plus can mean to be a bonus or an advantage, but a plus sign is this, right? That's your plus sign. So Switzerland, I don't know, but the flag is a big plus. Crazy jokes. Dear, dear, dear. Ha, the Red Cross. It is the Red Cross, but it's the Swiss flag, right? Okay. Enough. Come on. Human geography. Let's get into it. Let's have a look at human geography. Let's do the listening. We're going to do a listening bingo. Let me explain how it works. Let me just switch over here. Human geography, as I mentioned before, right? This includes culture. So things like language, religion, politics, economics, all of these and the development of these and their influence on the planet is human geography. Population. So when we talk about the population size, the population density, so how many people in a fixed area, population distribution, right? The idea that more people are in the city, few people in the countryside. That's the population distribution. Migration, people moving from one country to another. All of this is human geography. And basically any human activity like farming, climate change, and the interaction with the environment or shaping the environment, remember? Human activity that shapes the environment, like farming. This is all human geography. Okay. Oh, okay. Let me see. I'm going to move on. Yes, I'm going to move quickly onto this. Let's do the listening bingo first. We'll do this first. Physical geography or human geography? Let's just change it to geography. We're going to listen to this person talking about geography. It's only a listening. And what I want you to do is to mark a box when you hear the exact words. So if you hear the person say, blah, 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 geology, then you mark the word, right? Just write it down in your notebook or mark it in your head like that, right? And if you hear blah, 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 cartography, then you mark it, right? And if you hear blah, 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 make out, then you've got 3 in a line. And when you've got 3 in a line, all you need to do is to type in the box and say bingo. Just type bingo in the box, right? Basic game of bingo. That's not the answer, by the way. So we're going to listen. I'll let you listen 2 times. And as soon as you find a bingo, just make a bingo, okay? Give me a thumbs up when you're ready to listen. Fahima, first time, welcome. Okay, point taken, yes. Are you ready? Okay, we've got some thumbs up. Let's go. Let's listen. I'll keep this on the screen. And let's turn on the sound. Welcome to this. Whoops. Let me go again. I'll get the sound up. Here we go. Welcome to this mini lesson on physical and human geography, a fascinating field that delves into the very layout and characteristics of our Earth. Have you ever marvelled at a map? That's cartography at work, helping us to map out continents, countries, and even our local neighbourhoods. But it's not just about lines on a paper. It's about understanding the topography, the highs and lows that make up our landscape. From the peninsular formations that shape our coastlines to the complex archipelagos dotting our oceans. From towering mountain ranges to unique landforms like islands. Physical geography gives us a framework to understand our world. It doesn't stop there. Climate and geographical regions also come into play, affecting everything from weather patterns to agriculture, and by extension, our very way of life. So why is this important to you? Whether you're planning a vacation, concerned about climate change, or just curious about the Earth we inhabit, physical geography offers answers and insights. It helps us navigate not just maps, but also our everyday lives. We've got some bingos. Emran, Suzanne, Omar, they were the first 3 to come in. Mo as well, Mustafa. Can you tell me which words as well? Tell me which words have given you the bingo. Min Mintain, hello. Anna got bingo. Which words gave you the bingo? Daniela, first row. No, not the first row. The words, has anybody got the words? Norhan says cartography, archipelagos, weather patterns, geographical region. Yes, well done. Well done, nice. To A, to B, to C. Perfect. Well done, Samith. That's it. Geographical regions, archipelagos, weather patterns. Yes, let me take that up. Excellent. That's it. That was the answer. Yeah, the answer was you got cartography, but the 3 was geographical regions, archipelagos, and weather patterns. Guys, well done to all of you who got it. A lot of you got it. Nice. Excellent. I'm going to play through once again, and as you listen, I'll just mark up the answers, and you can see how we're getting them. Let's just go through one more time. Welcome to this mini lesson on physical and human geography, a fascinating field that delves into the very layout and characteristics of our Earth. Have you ever marvelled at a map? That's cartography at work, helping us to map out continents, countries, and even our local neighbourhoods. But it's not just about lines on a paper. It's about understanding the topography, the highs and lows that make up our landscape. From the peninsular formations that shape our coastlines to the complex archipelagos dotting our oceans. From towering mountain ranges to unique landforms like islands. Physical geography gives us a framework to understand our world. It doesn't stop there. Climate and geographical regions also come into play, affecting everything from weather patterns to agriculture, and by extension, our very way of life. So why is this important to you? Whether you're planning a vacation, concerned about climate change, or just curious about the Earth we inhabit, physical geography offers answers and insights. It helps us navigate not just maps, but also our everyday lives. Perfect, perfect. Excellent. Mimi, you have to go, no problem. Globan, the voice is yours. Yes, the voice is mine. Yes, exactly. Second row, perfect. Well done. All you guys, you've got it. You've got the bingo. Well done. It is a bit like an IELTS listening, as you said. There's always some red herrings to distract you, right? We talked about mountain ranges, not mountain peaks. We talked about making up, not making out. So yeah, be careful when you listen to stuff like that. Okay. I think because of time, I'm just going to show you the script. This will just very quickly, I'll point out some things that were said. Welcome to this mini lesson on physical and human geography, a fascinating field that delves into. To delve into is to look into, or to, let's say, investigate. Investigate. Okay, to delve into. It's another way of saying to look into or investigate something. The very layout and characteristics of our Earth. Have you ever marveled at? To marvel, similar to the comic books like Batman and Spider-Man, to marvel at something is to be in awe, to wonder, to be fascinated by, right? To be fascinated by something. To be in awe at something. It's the same thing, right? To marvel at, to be fascinated by, or to be in awe at a map. It's like, wow. To go, wow. To marvel at. That's cartography we've talked about at work, helping us to map out continents, countries, even our local neighborhoods. But it's not just about lines on paper. It's about understanding the topography we talked about. The topography is the physical, it's the physical layout of the land. The highs and lows. Highs and lows has two meanings, right? It can mean physically high and low, but it's also idiomatic about the emotional highs and lows. So the high and lows are the good times and the bad times in your life. Here, it's not idiomatic. It's literally the highs of the mountains, the lows of the valleys, right? From the peninsular formations, we talked about peninsula, right? Remember? That shape our coastlines, that influence, right? To shape, we said, to shape is to influence or to change, to influence and change. Dum, 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 dum. It's not letting me. There you go. To influence our coastlines, to the complex archipelagos dotting our oceans. So to dot is literally dot, 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 is to look, to be similar to dots, right? To dot it, dotting our oceans, to look like dots, let's say. I'm sure there's a better definition, but for the moment, that will be great. From towering mountain ranges, towering is a nice word, tower, you know, towering is the adjective, very tall, towering, very tall. It's a nice adjective to use. From towering mountain ranges so a mountain range we've talked about being a group of mountains. So one mountain is a mountain. It's hilarious. A group of mountains is a mountain range. To unique landforms like islands, physical geography gives us a framework to understand our world. It doesn't stop there. Climate and geographical regions, remember? Geographical regions also come into play. They play a role, affecting everything from weather patterns. That's a nice collocation. Weather patterns. Different kinds of weather. To agriculture and by extension our very way of life. So why is this important? Whether you're planning a vacation or a holiday, or you're concerned about climate change, or just curious about the earth we inhabit, to live on, right? To inhabit. To live on or in. Whoops. Physical geography offers answers and insights. It helps us navigate not just maps, but also our everyday lives. Lovely. Good. Wow. What's to marvel? To go, wow. Love it. Excellent. Tower is a common word in Bangladesh. Great. I wonder, is that because you have a lot of towers or very tall places, tall mountains maybe? Who knows? It could be lots of things. Excellent. Good. That was the listening bingo. Now then, how are we doing? I'm just looking at the time. I'm going to do a quick quiz with you before we get into Kahoot. I'm going to do a very quick quiz, and I wonder if you can do the following. Can you? Not this one. Excuse me. This one. This is a game, right? Can you spot the flag? Let's play Spot the Flag. Which countries are these flags from? So I'm going to show you 4 flags, and I want to see if you can tell me which countries the flags are from. Okay? Which countries are these flags from? Let me get the pictures. They're here somewhere, hidden away. Okay, 4 flags. Tell me in the chat, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Tell me which country you think they are. This is a real test. This is a schoolboy, schoolgirl test of geography. Ready? Let's do it. Hero Hasib, thank you so much for that message. Lovely. Switzerland was the big plus, I remember. Okay. Okay, a difficult task for an amateur. Yes, I agree. It's quite a difficult task. And it depends where you're from. If some of these countries are close to you, you probably recognize them. Otherwise, you might find it quite difficult. Okay, let me give you the answers then. Here are the answers. Number one was actually Belgium, right? It looks a bit like Germany, but it's a different order. Definitely not France. And yeah, Belgium. Number two, excellent. I think a lot of you got that. Nigeria. Number three, quite a few of you got, and it was Cambodia, right? There's the famous site. It slipped my mind. I can't remember the name of it. Oh, what was it called? A famous historical heritage site. And that's the picture on the flag. And number four, only one person, I think, got number four. A few people said China because I guess of the dragon, right? But it wasn't China. Number four was Wales. Wales, right next to England, right? That was number four, Wales. Haha, very interesting. So, yeah, there you go. Those are different flags. If you're interested in this kind of quiz and game, there is a website that I was playing around with the other day. It's a really interesting website. I'm going to ask Burns if you can just share the link with everybody. But it's this one. It's the World Games. If I just bring it out a bit. You can choose like World Games, Africa Games, and within the games, if you go into World Games, for example, you can test yourself on continents, capitals, world flags like this one, the Earth, like world capitals, right? And you just go in and you can play capital of Lithuania. Definitely not Copenhagen, not Minsk, it's Vilnius, right? Madagascar. Oh, definitely not Tripoli. I'm guessing something like Lilongwe. No. Okay. Uzbekistan. It's Tashkent, isn't it? Uzbekistan? Yes. Gambia. Ooh. Gambia. I'm guessing something like Porto Novo. Possibly. Banjul. Burundi. I've no idea. It's not Khartoum for sure. Port of Spain, I don't think so. Is it Namjami? It's Gideda. And it goes on and on. You can spend hours. It's a great game, and it improves your geographical knowledge about flags, cities, countries. It's a lot of fun. The link is in the chat. I think Burns has shared it with you. Go and check it out. It's a lot of fun to play. Also, of course, all of these notes, so the notes that you see over here, right? All of this, I will put into a PDF, so you'll get all of this. I'll put this into a PDF today, later today, and then put it on the website so that you can get it. So that later, if you do go to the website, this one, the Keith Speaking Academy, you'll be able to find all of that. You could go... So sorry. So unprofessional, but never mind. Sorry, have to sneeze. You can go to the Key Speaking Academy. Just click, not on the pop-up, click on the free live lessons and you'll be able to download the PDF. This is last month, but later today, I'll put that up for today's lesson and you can get all the notes from today, which will be great. So we've almost finished, almost, not quite, but almost. We're nearly there. Where are we? Today, we've been looking at geography. We've been looking at vocabulary, things like topography, cartography, archipelago, all of that kind of stuff. We looked at physical geography, in particular landforms, but also quite a bit more. We've looked at human geography. We've done some listening, a bit like an IELTS listening to test you, and I guess the importance of human geography in our lives as well. In addition to the games, we've got a final game, which is Kahoot. And this is where I'm going to test if you've been awake and your understanding of the vocabulary we've seen throughout today's live lesson. It's very easy to play. All you have to do is go into kahoot.it, put in your name and the code, and then you can play. You need to watch me here because I'll put the questions up here. There is a mobile app. You can download the app Kahoot and you can play on the app. It's quite easy. So let me get this set up, right? Just give me a moment. I need to log in and get it set up. Geography. So hang on a moment. Hey, BL Tao, thank you for that. I like that. Thank you so much. That's a lovely comment. So where are we? Come on, classic mode. So let me put this up. You can see how to join. Get ready to join. So if you go to Kahoot and put in the pin 214022, put in your name, and you can start. We will play in a moment, okay? So that's kahoot.it. The pin is 214022. Hero and Susan are already in. Let's get ready. Great. Sinju says, unable to join on time, but definitely review later. Great, thank you. Gulandom, bless you. Thank you very much. Sot says it's also very useful. Great. Layla, nice to see you as always, Layla. All parts of your lesson are interesting, especially Kahoot. Chocolate, are you teach English language in free? Well, there are lots and lots of free resources on my website, but you can also pay to join the courses. You can go to the Keith Speaking Academy and find out more. Karim, thank you so much. That is so kind. Samir, you're very, very welcome. My pleasure to help everybody here. So I'll just give you a few more seconds to get into Kahoot. Anthony is here. Nice to see you. Mahmoud as well. Moji, great. AI? Who's the AI? And also, by the way, I mean, if you can't get in, don't worry, because you can put your answer in the chat and you can also answer that way. I'll get to see it. Yio Wandori, I'm curious, when is the live stream? It begins at 10 o'clock, like an hour and a half ago. It begins at 10 o'clock Spain time, because I'm based in Spain. It's your first live stream. We're at the very end, but you can watch the recording, right? Pradeep, that's so kind. I'm not an expert of teaching. Well, let me help you because that is really, really good. I'm not an expert of. Let's change that to in. I'm not an expert in teaching, but I guess you are second to none I've ever seen. That's so kind. Thank you. Great. Right, Kanwal, you're rating. Kanwal, you're so impatient. Come on, I'm waiting. Let's do it. Let's get in there. Let's begin. So I give you a question and you have to choose the right answer, okay? We're going to start now. Geography. A person who makes maps is a mapologist, mapster, cartologist, compassist. Oh dear. Cartologist, right. So I'm going to apologize here because there is a mistake here. Right from the word go. I don't know how that got in there, right? Because there is a huge mistake, but I'll explain. So if we go back to the beginning of the lesson, right? It's a cartographer is a person who makes maps. When I've obviously done the Kahoot, I put cartologist. It's not a cartologist. That is a mistake. That is my mistake, right? You 43 are all thinking cartographer. So I'm going to say, yes, you got the right answer. But actually, it's a cartographer. Big mistake. My mistake. I don't know how that happened. I do apologize. It's a cartographer. Okay. Okay, that said, let's move on swiftly to question number 2. IE is at the top, Norhan is second, and tourist is third. Number 2. A group of mountains is known as a mountain line, range, level, archipelago. What do you think? A group of mountains is known as a mountain blank, a line, range, level, archipelago. The answer is range. Well done, all of you guys. We only say a mountain range. A few thought mountain line. No, wouldn't say a mountain line. You could possibly say a line of mountains, but mountain range. Definitely the right answer. Let's check the position. Oh, Norhan, you've moved up to the first place. IE to second, tourist still in third place. Question number 3. True or false? The Tropic of Cancer is in the southern hemisphere. True or false? The Tropic of Cancer is in the southern hemisphere. True or false? Now that picture might be misleading you. Or is it? Oh, look at that. 38. It's false, right? The Tropic of Cancer is in the northern hemisphere. It's in the northern hemisphere. If you remember, you might remember, you might not. Do you remember up here? Tropic of Cancer, because it's shorter, it goes above. Capricorn is longer, goes below. It's in the northern hemisphere, right? So actually, that was a 50-50, but that was false that it's in the southern hemisphere because it's in the northern. Oh, this could change everything. This could change everything. Here we go. What's the result? Well, maybe not. Norhan is still there, as is AI, and Susan has moved up into third place. Are you ready? Here we go. Last question. Which country's flag has a dragon? Vietnam, China, Wales or Cambodia? Which country's flag has a dragon? Vietnam, China, Wales or Cambodia? Samvedina, be careful. Carl Dion, well done. Jayami, well done. Nyek, well done. Ali, well done. It was Wales. I'm very pleased to see most of you got that. It was absolutely Wales, which, in case you don't know, is just to the west of England. Wales. They have a dragon. Interesting, right? Okay, let's see the final podium. Jane, you were in third place. Well done. AI got second, and I'm guessing Norhan, you made it right at the top. Well done. Excellent. Bum, 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 bum. Excellent. Norhan, well done. Fantastic. So pleased to see you on the top. Congratulations. So that's it. We are really at the end of the live lesson. I do just want to let you know, in October, at the very beginning of October, I am releasing a new book. So I've made a book, which is this one. It's called 50 Idioms for IELTS, 50 English Idioms for IELTS. It's a book that gives you different idioms that you can use in your IELTS speaking. It gives you explanations. There's an activity book. There's stories to go with it. That's coming in October. So keep your eyes peeled, keep your eyes open, or keep your ear to the ground. Listen out. In October, this is coming up. 50 English Idioms for IELTS. It will be available on my website, which, in case you forgot, the website is the Keith Speaking Academy. You can go and check it out. And if you haven't been there yet, there's lots of free resources, lots of stuff you can get on the website. You can get download the book, right? The 10 most common mistakes. You can go and check out the free live lessons. So all of my past live lessons you can find there. You can just click on the one you're interested in, maybe studying, and you'll find the lesson on the website together with the link. You can download the PDFs. They're all there for free, and you can study. There's also kind of a blog where you can get speaking tips, advanced idioms, understanding native English speakers. And if you're not sure, you can just use the search feature, and you can now search for anything on the website. And if you want to know more about IELTS, about the test format and so on, go and check it out. It's all there. Looks like the link's not working, but not to worry. I will check that out. That's it. We are finished. I'm going to eat my orange. Thank you, Orange, for being the world today, the globe. Thank you to all of you for watching. If you are on YouTube, do remember you can subscribe to the channel. If you like, please do subscribe to the channel. I'm looking for all the little things to click on. Turn on the notification button and you can find out about upcoming videos as well. Excellent, great. So the YouTube, the next live lesson, right? Our live lesson on YouTube is once a month. It's the first Thursday. So we're looking next in October. It's going to be October the 5th is going to be our next live lesson. If you are on the gold course with me, then we have a live lesson next month. That's a private live lesson just for the gold course students next Thursday and the Thursday after as well. Great. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. It's been a ball. I've had a whale of a time. I've had a ball all the way through. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much. And do take care. And I'll see you next month, or maybe in the Facebook page or in the courses if you want to come and join us. Thanks for joining. And let me leave you with a bit of music to chill out on as we go. Take care, my friends. All the best.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes
Congratulations, Norhan. Excellent news.
fade away. As you fade away.
Danica, very best of luck tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals.
You're welcome.
up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build
It's
up
so
all my
exciting.
trust,
It's been so much fun making it.
I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay? Just let me be me and I'll
Best
stay
of
out
luck,
the
Hamed
way.
Abdus,
See the
next
way
week.
you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby I have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you
Go to the website, Keith Speaking Academy.
try to stay strong.
Look for the online courses button and you'll find all the information.
But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray. As you fade away.
It's Nefex, exactly. Yes, Fade Away by Nefex. Lovely song.
As you fade away.
Hamed, the best thing you can do
You fade
is enjoy your test. Thank you.
I'm going through hell. I fake like I'm fine, but I know you can't tell. Like nothing I felt, my mind overwhelms. I think that I'm broken, but I hope you can't help. I know I'm not perfect, but some days I feel far more worthless.
Clade, I think you're talking about the gold course, the practice rooms. At the beginning of the course, in lecture 2, there's an instructions and links to the practice rooms. If you're struggling, email me, Keith at Keith Speaking Academy, and I'll help you. Pastor Charles, not from the live lessons, no. There are certificates from the courses, the online courses, yes, but not the free live lessons, no. Great, thank you. Vishalmin, there is a reading course on the Keith Speaking Academy. It's by my friend Fiona, who's an excellent university teacher. She has a great reading course, academic reading. Go and check it out on the keithspeakingacademy.com.
what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away.
Love it.
But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray.
Bye-bye, everybody.